Hi, this is Lunga Lukuza and welcome to another episode of Journals and Meditations. Tame my emotions. Wait. Just wait. Wait a bit and realize how insignificant what you felt so strongly about in the heat of the moment really is. One of my favorite authors, Robert Greene, says half of our power comes from what we do not do, what we do not allow ourselves to get dragged into. And this is so true because we succumb to our emotions so easily and often to our own peril. Realize that the truth is forever. It transcends time and it does not change. Our emotions, however, they fluctuate. I mean, you can post a status you feel so passionately about in 1 second, and 5 minutes later cringe before you inevitably remove it. That's been happening a lot to me recently. And you can even love a person with all your might after having a climax, and only 5 months down the line, you realize how toxic that person is for you. You see, time is the great equalizer. It will reveal the truth. So every time you feel intense about something, good or bad, write it down first before you act on it. Especially when you are angry. Just let a few minutes lapse. An incredible author, Annie Frank said, take out your frustration on paper instead of people, because paper is more patient than people. Oof, that was deep and it was a tongue twister, but she said, take out your frustrations on paper instead of people, because paper is more patient than people. Emotions are mighty powerful. They can push us to do things that we normally wouldn't do, so best have a strategy in place to combat them. There's an incredible idea in the Hindu religions that I picked up from one of my friends, and that is a god of rage and a god of love. I've spent a lot of time with one of my friends, Korean, he's Indian, Tamil, and at first glance it appears silly that they have so many gods, especially when you are monotheistic in your religious beliefs. However, the idea of many gods is more profound and more sophisticated than one might think. We are all familiar with the apology that goes like, I'm sorry, I do not know what got into me. Those last 3 words are so powerful and so imperative, although we are unconscious of it, because they acknowledge the fact that something got into us. Have you ever looked at yourself after lashing out furiously at someone and think, wow, that wasn't me. That was so not like me. You see, what the Hindu religion did is conceptualize that into a mirror of gods. Because when you are angry, it's almost as if you are possessed by something. You have no control over yourself. It's more like it's the anger that has control over you, not the other way around. It's almost like you are a puppet expressing all that rage that anger has to say. You lose your cool and you say things that you don't even mean. My point is, it's difficult. It's difficult to control them.
I have 10 high.
God damn it! 10 high heroes? Oh, you skinny fucking freak!
It's difficult to control them and act on them only when it is required. It's difficult to be level-headed, calm and collected, to maintain composure in the midst of adversity or even in a time of prosperity. But I urge you to try. With exercise, with journaling, with meditating, I believe we can go from people with no control over our tongues, no control of ourselves, into people who are the masters of their own minds, the masters of their own bodies, the masters of themselves. As I bring this video to a close, I'd like to quote another one of my favorite authors in his masterpiece, A Man's Search for Meaning. I cannot recommend this book enough. It's incredible. Viktor Frankl says, between stimulus and response there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. So to everyone working on emotional intelligence, to us I say, greatness is coming.